Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Acting Minister for Economic Development. Does he stand by all his statements on economic development?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, I stand by all statements I have made as Acting Minister for Economic Development.
The Honourable David Parker.
When he said in Parliament yesterday that, and I quote, "We want to invest in innovation, Labor opposes that," was he referring to the research and development tax credit that Labor introduced and National scrapped, or to National's other cuts to innovation?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, I was referring particularly to the Primary Growth Partnership, which has been now in action for 18 months, and we have seen $475 million worth of projects underway. That sort of innovation spending is serious spending. It's not the sort of phony schemes that the Labor Party used to announce.
The Honourable David Parker.
When the Minister said yesterday, and I again quote, "We intend to improve skills, Labor opposes that," was he referring to the $55 million that his government cut from industry training in the last budget?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, I was referring particularly to the work of my colleague, the Honourable Anne Tolley, who is trying to address the serious situation in New Zealand when a large number of school children leave school without the ability to adequately read and write. That is the legacy that member and his government left.
The Honourable David Parker.
When the Minister said yesterday, and I again quote, "We need to improve trade opportunities," was he referring to the need created by his government lack of an adequate economic plan, which has resulted in unemployment increasing by over 50,000 people since he took office, and the second recession, National's recession?
The Honourable David Carter.
No, Mr Speaker, again I was referring to the excellent work by my ministerial colleague, the Honourable Tim Grosser, and the work he's doing with trade negotiations with Malaysia, with Hong Kong, with the Gulf states, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and of course Korea and Russia.
The Honourable David Parker.
Why, instead of ineffectually trying to blame others for the government's failure, won't he take responsibility and admit what many business commentators are saying, namely that the second recession is National's responsibility and its management of the economy is lacklustre and failing?
The Honourable David Carter.
Mr Speaker, I do note that when Mr Parker raises the many business commentators, he never manages to mention them, so I suspect many of them are his left-wing loony mates.
Question number 4, Dr. Jackie Blue.